it's been an intense couple of days, but that means we still have time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage. It's time for me to deliver the goods. So let's get to it. It's time for operation number 734. That's right. Show number 734 for the Renegades Puck. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 5th place in the Central Division. They have skated in 70 games already this season. They have a record of 36, 26, and 8. 80 points on the regular season. On home ice, they have a record of 18, 12, and 4. That's where their next game, matter of fact, their next 2 games will take place. The last goal the Preds scored in regulation was their 200th goal of the season. They've given up 206 against on the season. They have a goal differential of -6. Now, of course, I'm going to update you on the Central Division standings, but where the Nashville Predators' most important race right now lies within the Western Conference wild card race. So let's start with the Central Division, then we'll talk about the wild card after that. After tonight's action, the Dallas Stars continue to be in first place with 92 points. The Minnesota Wild are at 91. They've skated in the same number of games. Colorado Avalanche have skated in 70 games. They're in third place, 3 points back of second place Minnesota, 4 points back of Dallas. These 3 teams have been working a very, very close battle for the top of the Central Division for quite some time now. The Winnipeg Jets sit in 4th place at 85 points. The Nashville Predators then at 80 points in 5th place. St. Louis at 70, Arizona at 66, and Chicago is at little e. For the Winnipeg Jets, they've played 3 more games than the Nashville Predators. Of course, that is of critical importance since the Nashville Predators are 5 points behind Winnipeg in the standings, but have 3 games at hand. So 6 points at hand obviously could overtake 5 points. When it comes to wild card, Seattle still holds the number 1 spot in the wild card, 86 points. The Winnipeg Jets hold the number 2 wild card spot at 85. The Nashville Predators are the first team on the outside looking in, surpassing the Calgary Flames with their most recent victory. So the Preds are at 80 points, again 5 points behind the Winnipeg Jets, with the Nashville Predators having one more head-to-head matchup against the Seattle Kraken coming up that we're going to preview here in the next couple of minutes. The Nashville Predators could cut the lead by Seattle to just 4 points by the end of this weekend. Now, for the Nashville Predators, I mentioned they're going to be playing the Seattle Kraken in their next game. A very rare 2-game set, but Seattle Kraken finished up the game Thursday night, and now will be the next game on Saturday afternoon after the Pecorine statue unveiling out there on the plaza. So for the Nashville Predators, once they wrap up this 2-game set with the Seattle Kraken, Sunday they will face off against Toronto Maple Leafs. Then Tuesday, back on the road, a quick 2-game road trip, Boston and then Toronto and Pittsburgh on Thursday, and then on 4-1, they'll be facing off against the St. Louis Blues at home on the 3rd of April. The Preds will be in Dallas. Now, for the Nashville Predators and Seattle Kraken, this is the final regular season meeting between these 2 teams. We go all the way back to November the 8th when the Preds fell in Seattle 5-1 to the Kraken. It was Eberle with 2 goals. Borgen, Tanev, and Burakovsky also with a goal. Forsberg scored the only goal for the Preds, and UC Saros was pulled early in that one, only stopping 2 out of 6 shots, 4 goals against in the first period of that game before getting pulled. And, of course, most recently was, just a couple hours ago, on the 23rd of March, the Nashville Predators scored a 2-1 victory in the shootout. UC Saros picks up the victory. Redemption from the first game of the season. He was 27 out of 28 in this game. Sherwood scored the only goal in regulation. Tomasino picked up the shootout game-winning goal for the Nashville Predators. Of course, injuries continue to be a massive problem for this Nashville Predators team. First half of the season, injuries were barely even a mention. As of late, though, it has been one of the only things that we get to talk about. The captain, Roman Josi, still listed as day-to-day. Philip Forsberg, we're starting to understand, is not listed as day-to-day anymore. Carrier is day-to-day. Parsonen also day-to-day. Johansson out for the remainder of the season. Now, the Seattle Kraken, let's get you updated on everything about the Kraken. 39-24-8 is their regular season overall record, 86 points. That is 4th overall in the Pacific Division. When it comes to their road record, they are 23-9-4. That is a very impressive road record. They have a goal differential of +17. Now, let's take a look at their most recent stretch of action. Let's go back and talk about their most recent 5 games. On March the 13th, a 5-2 loss versus the Dallas Stars. On the 16th of March, a 2-1 overtime win at the San Jose Sharks. Followed it up on the 18th of March with a 6-4 loss versus Edmonton. Then on the 21st, a 5-4 overtime win at Dallas. And on the 23rd of March. Most recently, a 2-1 shootout loss at the Nashville Predators. Taking a look inside the rankings and the numbers between these two clubs. For the Nashville Predators, 2.79 goals is 26th overall in the league, and the Seattle Kraken are 3.46 per game. That is 5th best in the NHL. So the Nashville Predators, a highly impressive effort in their most recent game to keep Seattle to only 1 goal, and they're averaging 3.46 per game. In the goals against category, 2.91 is 12th overall for the Nashville Predators, and 3.17 is 16th overall in the league for the Seattle Kraken. In the shots for category, shots on net, the Preds, 30.1 per game is 23rd, while Seattle, 30.2 on net per game is 21st. In the shots against category, now this is highly impressive, and you can tell from the Seattle Kraken, they just simply do not allow a tremendous amount of shots on goal. 27.7 is their overall number for the season. That's 3rd best in the NHL, while the Preds are quite the opposite, giving up 33.2 shots per game, and that is 27th overall in the NHL. So a difference of 5.5 shots per game given up between these two teams. When it comes to the special teams and the power play, neither of these power plays are particularly impressive. The Nashville Predators have the 26th rated power play in the NHL, converting at 17.9%, while Seattle's converting at 19.1%. They are 24th, 39 out of 204 opportunities. Now, the Nashville Predators penalty kill is quite impressive and has certainly been that as late. 10th overall in the league for the season, 81.9% is their kill rate. They've given up 42 power play goals against on the year, while the Seattle Kraken are 74.6% on their kill rate, 26th overall in the league. They've given up 52 power play goals on the season. Now, when it comes to the individual statistics, we always talk about the top 5 individual scorers for each team and the potential starting goaltender matchup. Let's start on the home team for the Nashville Predators. The captain, Roman Josi, still out of the lineup, still listed as day-to-day. 18 goals, 41 assists, 59 points, still leads the team in scoring. Matt Duchene leads the team in goals with 21, had 33 assists, that for 54 points. Philip Forsberg has 19 goals and 23 assists for 42 points. Tommy Novak, 14 and 19 for 33. Sissons, 11 and 16 for 27. UC Saros in net, 28, 19, and 7. A 9.17 save percentage, 2.72 goals against average. Highly impressive numbers for UC Saros on the season. When it comes to the Seattle Kraken, leading scorer on the team is Dunn, 13 goals, 45 assists for 58 points. McCann, 34 goals and 22 assists for 56 points. Eberle, 16 and 38 for 54. And then Yanni Gourde, 11 and 32 for 43. DeCourt in net got the most recent start against the Nashville Predators. The only goaltender on the Seattle Kraken with a save percentage over 90. His save percentage is 903. His goals against is 2.89. The problem is it's an incredibly small sample size, a record of only 2, 0, and 1, but still seems to give them the best option in net and played quite admirably against the Nashville Predators at Bridgestone Arena. We'll recap his performance and the rest of the Seattle Kraken versus Nashville Predators coming up in the Rebirth Sports full game recap. That's coming up right after this.